Hello everyone. Now here we are continuing the topic of acids, bases and salts. So in the previous lecture we have discussed about universal indicator and pH. We know that universal indicator can be used to measure the concentration of H plus ions, nothing but we can know the strength of acids and bases. So this universal indicator is a mixing of several indicators. It shows different colors at different concentrations of H plus ions. Universal indicator is also called as pH indicators. So what is meant by pH? pH is nothing but it is the negative logarithm of concentration of H plus ions. pH scale consists 14 values. If the pH value is exactly 7, it is the substance we can call as neutral. If the pH value is less than 7, it is acid. If the pH value is greater than 7, it is a base. So this pH scale can be valid at room temperature only. Yes or not? These things all are learnt in previous session. Now here we have been discussing the importance of pH in our daily life. Once see the slide, yes, importance of pH in everyday life. Our body works between pH 7 to 7.8. Suppose if the pH of the human body greater than 7.8, that human person can't be survive in their life. So that is the very important pH in our blood. So next one is pH of rain less than 5.6 called acid rain. So is nothing but plants and animals are sensitive about pH. If the pH of rainwater is less than 5.6, it is called as acid rain. This acid rain can be flowing into the rivers, then pH of the river water can be decreases. So at this time the surviving of plants and animals becomes very difficult. Now third pH is importance of pH. Our stomach produce HCl. Okay students, this is very important. It's nothing but generally nowadays maximum persons can affect the acidity problem. Yes or not? Our stomach can be bones. Why like this happening, sir? Generally our human body can be produced in the stomach hydrochloric acid. This hydrochloric acid can be useful to digestion of food. During indigestion, the stomach produces too much acid. Then our stomach gets pain and irritation. Due to this, relax from this pain, we can use as antacid tablets. Antacids is nothing but antacids. We are using antacid tablets. Otherwise, we are using at home soda powder. These substances can neutralize the excess amount of acid in the stomach. So generally we know that antacid tablet consists of a base, that is magnesium hydroxide. So magnesium hydroxide we call as milk of magnesia. Milk of magnesia. This magnesium hydroxide can be neutralize the excess acid in our stomach. As we know, when acid can be react with base to form salt and water, that reaction is called as neutralization reaction. So in our body also one reaction can be done, that is neutralization reaction. So this base can be neutralize the acid in our stomach. So that's why it is called as neutralization reaction. So neutralization reaction can be happen in our stomachs. In the antacid tablets, magnesium hydroxide is present. Otherwise, aluminum hydroxide is also present. AlOH thrice. This is the importance of pH in our digestive system. Okay. Next importance of pH is tooth decay starts when pH of mouth less than 5.5 is nothing but, generally tooth decay starts when pH of our mouth less than 5.5. Generally our tooth enamel consists of calcium phosphate, is nothing but Ca3PO4 twice. Our tooth enamel contains calcium phosphate. It is the hardest substance in our body. Calcium phosphate is the hardest substance in our body. It does not dissolve in water, but it can be corroded when pH is less than 5.5. In our mouth, the bacteria can be produce acids by degradation of sugar and food particles remaining in the teeth. That's why we are using toothpaste. That toothpaste contains basic substance. This basic substance can be neutralize the excess acid present in our mouth. Okay, students. Next, another importance of pH. Plants need specific pH for their healthy growth. So plants also requires a certain pH for healthy growth. It's nothing but, if the soil is in acidic, if the soil is acidic, we can use basic fertilizers. If the soil is acidic, we can use basic fertilizers. Otherwise, if the soil is basic, we can use acidic fertilizers. Okay, how can we know, sir, soil is acidic or basic, sir? How can we know the soil is acidic or basic? Simply we can done one small activity like that. If suppose you have to take 2 grams of soil, if you take 2 grams of soil in a test tube and we have to add 10 ml of water and shake the test tube and filter that solution, we take filtrate. Then test the pH by using universal indicators. If the universal indicator gives the pH value less than 7, the acid is basic. If the universal indicator gives the pH value greater than 7, the soil is basic. Yes or not? So, based on soil, based on the pH of the soil, we can use fertilizers. Farmers also use this trick only. For healthy growth of plants, farmers use different fertilizers. Yes or not? Yes. If the soil is acidic, means farmers use simply basic substances. Then we are added like base substance like calcium carbonate or quicklime like CaO. Okay students, are you getting my point? Yes. Next, another importance of pH, that is self defense by animals. This is very, very important. Students, have you ever stung by honeybee? Yes. Generally, honeybee can be injects into our skin one acid, that is formic acid. Formic acid is also called as methanoic acid. Formic acid, it is also called as methanoic acid. So honeybee can be injects this acid into our skin. That's why we are getting pain and irritation. Then how to overcome this pain, sir? Simply we are coating with baking soda the stung area. Then the pain can be relieved. And the leaves of nettle plant, it also consists methanoic acid. So because of due to this methanoic acid, we are getting pain. Students, generally substances can be divided into 3 types. You know very well that acids, bases and salts. Up to here we have discussed about acids and bases. Now here we are entering into salts. So what are salts? Generally, salts are the substances which can produced by a neutralization reaction. So once see the slide. Yes, the ions that are left behind after the H plus and OH minus ions from water combine to form a salt. So a salt is a compound that forms when the negative ions from the acid combine with the positive ions from the base. Okay. Now we can understand this one, that one. Now once look at the board. So salts are the compounds which can be prepared by a neutralization reaction. As you know, neutralization reaction is nothing but when acids are combining with base to form salts. Along with salts, water also one of the byproduct. So this entire reaction we call as neutralization reaction. So for that I consider one reaction. So best example for acid I consider hydrochloric acid, and I consider base, that is sodium hydroxide NaOH. So HCl is the acid NaOH is the base to form NaCl as a salt and water. So, the salt can be prepared by when acid can be react with base. So, what is the mechanism behind it that? Simply, we know that according to Arrhenius, we know that when the substances are dissolving in water to produce H plus ions, that substance we can regard as a acid, yes or not? So, in that acid, H plus ions can be comes. Whereas in the base, we know that according to Arrhenius, base is the substance which can be dissolved in water to produce OH minus ions. So, this base can be produce OH minus ions. Now, these H plus and OH minus ions are combined to form water. So, then because of due to this formation of water, the solution becomes neutral. So, that is why this reaction we called as a neutralization reaction. Okay, are you getting my point? So, salts can be prepared by neutralization reaction. It is one of the method to prepare salts. Generally, salts can be categorized into three types: acidic salts, basic salts, neutral salts. So, maximum students, they can be understanding like that salts are neutral, neutral, neutral. No, all salts are not neutral. Some of the salts are acidic, some of the salts are basic, some of the salts are neutral. Sir, when we call salt is a neutral, salt is a acid, or salt is a base. Now I am explaining though. So salt is a neutral, or some of the salts are acidic, or some of the salts are basic. How? Once see the reaction, HCl plus NaOH gives rise to NaCl plus water. Sir, how salts are formed? Is nothing but the H plus ions. We know that acid consists, HCl consists H plus, Cl minus, NaOH consists Na plus, OH minus. Okay, how salts are formed? When salts are formed is nothing but when the H plus ions are replaced by a metal. The H plus ions are replaced by a metal of a base in the acid, then salt will be formed. So, in this case, sodium is the metal. This sodium metal can be replaced the hydrogen in the HCl. Then we will get product NaCl. So, what is the mechanism, sir? Simply nothing but when the metals can be replaced by hydrogens in the acid, then we will get salt. Otherwise, we can say that like that the OH minus ions can be replaced by anion of acid in the base. It's nothing but simply this Cl minus ions can be replaced by OH minus ions. This Cl minus ions can be replaced by OH minus ions, then we will get salt. So, if the total number of H plus ions present in the acid can be replaced by a metal of a base, then the formed salt is called as neutral salt. It is a neutral salt. Why, sir? In the acid, how many hydrogen ions are there? Only one. So that one hydrogen ion can be replaced by metal of a base, That's why it is a neutral salt. It is a neutral salt. All hydrogens are replaced by metal in the acid. So that's why it is a neutral salt. Now I am considering another example. Listen now. I consider acid as H2SO4, sulfuric acid. Base I consider as NaOH, that is sodium hydroxide. Now my product is NaHSO4 plus water. So NaHSO4 means sodium bisulfate. We know that bisulfate having ion HSO4 minus. So it is a sodium bisulfate, it is a salt. Sodium bisulfate, it is a salt. So when acid can be react with base to form salt and water, it is a neutralization reaction. So salt can be produced. This is the one of the preparation of salt. Now once you observe now here, in that sulfuric acid, how many hydrogens are there? 2 hydrogen ions are there. Now this metal can be replaced only one of the hydrogen in the sulfuric acid. That's why the product will get NaHSO4. So here all hydrogens are not replaced by metal. So it is a partial replacement of hydrogen ions by a metal of a base in the acid. That's why this salt is called as acidic salt. Acidic salt. Why it is called acidic salt? In that salt, hydrogen ion is present. Hydrogen is present. So it is acidic salt. Now I consider another reaction. So HCl can be combined with copper hydroxide, then form copper hydroxychloride and H2O. Copper hydroxychloride is the salt. These salts belong to basic salt. Why it is called basic salt, sir? Simply, the number of OH minus ions can be replaced by Cl minus ions. In the formation of salts, the number of OH minus ions can be replaced by anions present in the acid. Now in this case, in the copper hydroxide, 2 hydroxide ions are present. 2 hydroxide ions are present. In out of 2 hydroxide ions, 1 hydroxide ion only replaced by Cl minus ion. That's why we get product CuOHCl. So in this reaction, the partial replacement of OH minus ions can be occurring. That's why it is called as basic salt. So basic salt consists OH radical. Acidic salt consists generally hydrogen radical. Okay. So these are the different salts: neutral salts, acidic salts, basic salts. Neutral salts means the complete number of H plus ions can be replaceable by metal, then the formed salt is called neutral. If the partial replacement of H plus ions can be done in the reaction, the formed salt is called as acidic salt. If the partial replacement of OH minus ions can be done in the reaction, the formed salt is called as basic salt. Okay. By using neutralization reaction, we can identify it is a neutral or acidic or basic. Are you getting my point, students? Now we can discuss different families of the salts. Okay. Now these are families of salts. So we have different family of salts: carbonates, sulfates, nitrates, bicarbonates and chlorides. You know very well that carbonate having the ion CO3 2 minus. Generally, as you know, salt consists, in maximum cases, salt consists metal and non-metal, like that is a combination of metal and non-metal. But in all cases we can say that salt consists cation and anion, yes or not? So carbonate is the anion. Why? Because it is having negative charge. This carbonate can be combined or connected to cations. We consider cation as here metals like sodium, potassium, magnesium, aluminum, calcium, etc. like that. Or otherwise we can consider as a compound cation, that is ammonium, NH4+. Okay. So carbonate family of salt is nothing but Na2CO3. This is one of the example. Sodium carbonate. This is the salt of carbonate. Next I consider potassium carbonate, K2CO3. Next I consider CaCO3, calcium carbonate. Otherwise I consider ammonium carbonate, NH4 twice CO3. These are all belongs to carbonate family. These are all salts of carbonates. Sodium carbonate, potassium carbonate, calcium carbonate, ammonium carbonate. We know that generally salts are electrically neutral. Electrically neutrals. Here electrical nothing but with respect to charges. With respect to charge, salts are neutral. How, sir? Once see, we know that sodium having +1, carbonate -2. For charge becomes neutral, we consider 2 sodium. So +1 into 2 +2, we know that carbonate -2, +2 -2, 0, it is neutral. Similarly, we know that calcium belongs to second group, it is +2 ion, carbonate -2, +2 -2, 0 neutral. Similarly, potassium belongs to first group, +1, +1 into 2 +2, +2 -2, 0 neutral. So salts are electrically neutral. Okay, these are all salts of carbonates. Okay, next we are going to discuss about sulfates. So we know that sulfate having the ion SO4 2 minus. So examples for sulfate salts are nothing but calcium sulfate, CaSO4, K2SO4, potassium sulfate. Okay, otherwise we consider ammonium sulfate, NH4 twice SO4. These are all salts of sulfates. These are all sulfate families. Okay. Next I consider nitrates. Nitrate having the ion NO3 minus. So examples for the salts like NaNO3, sodium nitrate NaNO3, Na +1 NO3 -1. Like calcium nitrate CaNO3 twice. Why? Because sir, calcium +2, NO3 -1. So the compound becomes to neutral, we consider 2 nitrate ions. So -1 into 2 -2, -2 +2, 0. Next bicarbonates. Bicarbonates having the ion formula HCO3 minus. HCO3 minus. Examples for these NaHCO3, sodium bicarbonate. This is also called as baking soda. Sodium bicarbonate. Otherwise calcium bicarbonate, CaHCO3 twice. We know that calcium +2, bicarbonate having -1. That's why we consider 2 units. +2 -2, 0. Electrically neutral. So these are belongs to bicarbonates families. Next, coming to the chlorides. So chlorides having the formula Cl minus. Best example NaCl, Na +1, Cl -1, NaCl. This is called some common salt. Common salt is nothing but sodium chloride, or otherwise we consider potassium chloride KCl, calcium chloride CaCl2, ammonium chloride NH4Cl. So these are all families of chlorides. So these are all the different families of salts: carbonates, sulfates, nitrates, bicarbonates, chlorides. Up to here we have discussed the concepts of the importance of pH in everyday life and what are salts, how salts are formed, what are the different families of salts. So in the next session we can discuss about how can we say the pH of the salts. Okay.